That is good banter.
Hello and welcome to episode 19 of Good Banter, and it is a different sort of a studio this week. Well, the last two episodes we've been in a car, driving down the Hume. But this week we are in the green room at the Comics Lounge in Errol Street, North Melbourne.
We are, Tommy, and you've been MCing. I got here early. I caught you up there, mate. Jesus, just on fire, Tom.
Yeah, it's a good night. It's Friday night. What time is it? It's 10:05.
10:05.
So it's so the headline act at the he's on stage at the moment. Catsy, Johnny Katz, great comic. So I've just brought him on stage. He's doing about 30 minutes. So during that 30, we're going to try and quickly do the podcast.
Bang it out.
When I hear him say, "Thanks very much for having me,"
you're going to run.
I'm going to bolt.
And hopefully not do a hamstring, Tom.
Because I'm playing footy tomorrow.
Fucking dead set.
I'm dead set, yeah.
Okay,
playing,
43.
43, playing a pracky match at Albion.
Okay.
Yeah, so no
bit
showers.
Bit rough out
could
there.
Be a bit rough out there, a bit physical. Fuck, I hope not. I haven't had any body contact for... Well, no one's had any body contact last year, 2020, because of COVID.
Yes.
I only played 3 games the year before that. And don't think I played any the year before that. So
well,
last time, see how the body pulls up.
Last time I was over at your joint, Flynn, he was 4 at that stage. He sort of bumped into your legs and you went down like a sack of shit, mate.
Yeah, so
you're in real trouble tomorrow.
Any sort of physical contact could cause me some grief. But we are in the green room, and so it's a good little vibe in the green room.
There's a few lights. I mean, there's 10 that are working. There's a lot of globes that are missing.
There's a toilet.
There's trophies for
interestingly, they still got the... No, they had a trophy up there. Yeah, this is it. There's a trophy in the green room. And I'll just...
Okay, Tommy's getting up there. Is this a football trophy?
Yeah, so there's
is this Kane Johnson's trophy?
There's a trophy up here, and this is in the green room at the Comics Lounge, North Melbourne. The Olympic Garage's Rookie of the Year, Adelaide Crows in 1997.
Yeah,
Kane Johnson.
Well, that's a while ago. He's an Eastern boy. He's out Ringwood way, mate. He was an Eastern Rangers boy. That's my neck of the woods. And, I tried to model my hair on Kane Johnson in like 1998.
Okay,
he sort of had the bleached hair. He had the... it looked very surfy.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad look.
I tried that and failed miserably.
Oh, okay. But, so the story goes, just out the back of the Comics Lounge here is a car park.
Yes.
And there's some apartments. And Kane Johnson, when he moved from Adelaide Crows to Richmond, bought one of those apartments, cracked the shits with how things went down at Adelaide, and the guys from the lounge were chucking all their rubbish from a night into the big dumpster, heard a bit of a different sort of sound, looked in the dumpster,
and there's Kane Johnson.
There's Kane Johnson. He had no D. No, not true. But there were Kane Johnston's medals, and they had there was a Best and Fairest trophy in there. There was the Rookie of the Year for Adelaide Crows.
Yeah,
a heap of
come in.
Okay,
hang on, get this, Tommy.
There's going to be
Andy.
So we've got Andy just popped in.
The sound man for the lounge, doing a great job, mate.
Probably should have told Andy that we're doing a podcast during the break, but that's okay. Come in. So there could be a few...
Sorry, guys. No stress.
No.
Yeah, go for it.
Get into it. The winner of the prize is Holly, and there's the $300 Comics Lounge show bag. Every single night. So there could be a few knocks, but that's fine. Thank you, Andy. And
Andy.
Anyway, so at one time they had all of Kane Johnson's trophies up here from Adelaide Crows, but over the years people have slowly knocked them off, and the only one left in there is his Rookie of the Year from 1990.
Well, that's a pretty shit one, isn't it?
1997.
He would have won a few Best and Fairest.
Did they win the flag in
97 they did. They went back-to-back, 97, 98.
Yeah.
Andrew McLeod won the Norm Smith.
So did he win the Brown... No, not the Brown. Did he win a premiership and Rookie in his first year?
That's a great year.
That's a good
I mean, you're
year.
43. You're still
trying
to chase the twos bloody vote.
And so that's a
How many
interesting
trophies?
story.
How many? I mean, you've been
I've got some
playing.
trophies.
Run through some trophies. What would be the first ones you'd throw in the bin?
I got 2 senior best and fairest.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so that's under 12 league best and fairest, and it was a fucking monster. It looks like one of those, those BMX ones.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
about
yeah,
twice
yeah.
the size of the.
Yep.
Yeah, she was a big one. The under 12s league best and fairest for the Hawks, but that's probably the peak of my career.
So
It went
was that
downhill.
the you grew up at
In Wodonga, playing in the showgrounds out there.
Great.
Another little story about the about this green room. We could talk all up about this green room.
Well, yeah, it's bloody. They've got the bloody bar fridge.
Tony, so Tony, who the owner of the Comics Lounge, they used to have 100% open mic nights on a Tuesday night. So it was everyone in here trying new material, and guys that have only been doing 3 or 4 gigs getting up. There wasn't much of a crowd, and everyone used to be in the green room, and it was fucking nerves galore. Everyone terrified, absolutely.
Big room holds 400.
Oh yeah,
500.
And anyway, so one Wednesday morning after a Tuesday night open mic night, how's that sound going, Evan? Is that going all right?
Yeah, it's going all right.
It's going all right.
I reckon you can just you can project a bit.
Project a bit.
That's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yes. So the dunny was because it's got a little toilet here. The toilet was blocked.
Yeah.
After an open mic night, and I had to come in that day. I was seeing Tony about something, and he was there with his plunger trying to get something out.
It's a bad shit when you're getting the plunger out.
Yeah, not great.
If you just can't flush and get it through past that S bend,
that's
the
a
old
big
plunger.
poop.
That's
So what he found, what he
warning.
eventually dragged out, was a adult pair of undies. So some poor open micer doing his second gig has a bit of pre-gig nerves, has shit himself, and tried to, obviously panicked, cleaned himself up, flushed the undies down the dunny and fucked the dunny. That's
clogged it up.
That's
We're not meant to flush like tampons and things like that. They've got the bin for you. Maybe that here they should have the undie bin. Just for anyone who's
like in a third world, like in Mexico or Brazil or somewhere like that, where you got to wipe your bum and put it in the.
Maybe they could even get the squirter hose, the bidet, or the squirter hose in Thailand.
In China.
And that.
China has those.
That'd be a good idea.
That'd be a great idea. Just here, or just a little hose, and bloody
squirt the arsehole. But you do get nervous before a gig, though, don't you? You're cool as a
I'm okay
cucumber
now, but
right.
oh god, I used to be backstage, and the sound guy would pop his head in. You're on in 5, and you would just think, how can I get out of this? Can I light a fucking bin on fire or
shit myself?
Yeah, shit myself.
Flush my undies down the dunny.
But it's bloody nerve wracking. Took me a long time to get over the nerves, but that's a bad. Imagine being pre-gig, you're nervous. And you just shit your pants.
Well, shitting yourself at the best of times is no good.
No good.
But when you've got to go on stage.
When you've got to go on stage.
That's bad. I mean,
yeah, that's no good at all. But it's been a big week.
Yeah, what's been happening, Tommy?
Lot to talk about.
You've been all over the shop, Tommy. I booked you for a gig down in Portland. I couldn't do it because I was up in Denver, not Denver, Colorado. I was up in Denver near Dalesford.
Okay, the
last
lesser known.
So this is a week ago.
Denvers.
We're recording on a Friday night, and you were booked to open a bar in Portland, weren't you?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
It was great. So what I'd previously, because I'd been booked to do a gig at Lakes Entrance for about 3 months. So that's about 4 hours drive from Melbourne, and that was on the Saturday night. And then I got you called me up about 3 weeks before the gig and said, "Mate, I've got a gig for you. Would you like to do a gig at the opening of a cocktail burger / tapas venue in
/ fish and chips? They were doing it all
Portland." And I said, fuck yeah. And I wasn't near my diary, I wasn't near a computer, and just in my head I thought, I must have got myself a little bit disorientated. And I thought, okay, so I'm in Portland Friday, I'll fucking duck up. Yeah, no dramas, I could do that. And then agreed, exchanged phone numbers with the bloke, lock it in, this is going to be great. Got home, popped it on Google Maps, and that little red line that normally, it just kept going.
And
so it turned out it was going to be an 8 hour and 15-minute drive from one gig to the other, which
That's
is not good.
That's not great.
No, it's not good in anyone's books.
No, not at all. Especially when you've got a young family, Tom, and things to do at home.
So
how'd you play it? How'd you play it afterwards?
It was fucked. So I got in the car Friday arvo, drove roughly 4 hours from Melbourne to Portland. They had me up in this accommodation. Look, it was the guys. The bar's called Groke.
We've stayed
Groke?
That accommodation.
We've stayed.
Before.
It's upstairs at the pub. Look,
yes,
it's a bed.
The Gordon Hotel down there.
It's probably more of a for the guys, and I really appreciate the accommodation. Probably more of I'd call it a storage facility now.
Yep.
Than a bedroom.
Yep.
Like because
they storing a bed there for you. Or
there was a bed there, but there was also about probably 30 fans. I don't know whether I said maybe last time we were there.
It wasn't really a hot night either. Tommy.
No, I don't think it's ever that hot down there. I'm not sure.
Not
maybe I don't remember saying that I wanted 30 fans, and also it was where he kept all his surfboards. So there were quite a few surfboards in there as well, which is fine. And anyway, so I've done the gig at Groke. Great little venue. The joint's pumping.
Big hello to Jamie down there at Groke. Good
doing
man.
a great job. Just a great crew.
Maybe fuck your surfboards off though, mate.
Yeah, if you're going to have someone over, maybe just move your surfboards into another room. Anyway, so I've gone back to my hotel after the gig, into my room, and it started to sort of sink in that I had to get up early in the next morning and drive 8 and a bit hours to get to my next gig. And I started to get a bit of fucking
nervous,
a bit anxious, thinking this is actually
turned a fan on just to cool.
Just turned turned seven or eight of the fans on just to cool myself down. And then I thought. I went for a surf, and then I thought, fuck, lucky he put those there. That was good of him. And then I thought, no, I can't do it. And I'd had a couple of beers, but not.
That's
I wouldn't
right.
been over the limit, and I'd had a Red Bull to fire myself up.
Woo.
And mate, another story. This is getting. Fuck, you know how we were hanging shit on your brother for having the sweaty.
Yes.
And we were laughing. Oh, what a bloody
dry claw.
Sweaty.
He
fucking...
put the mum's shoulder pads under his arms.
Episode.
What are you doing, you idiot?
Yeah. So anyway, and I don't know whether it was karma or what the fuck. It was cocktail. You had to wear a cocktail dress, which I never. So I wore a shirt.
Were you wearing the high heels? What were you,
just the I did some nice slacks, some a shirt, and the sweat.
Were you wearing the hatch?
I was wearing the
hatch attire?
I was wearing the hatch attire.
Yeah, nice.
One of our sponsors.
Love the hatch.
And I noticed, no, I wasn't wearing hatch, but I should have been wearing hatch. Because I wouldn't have sweat this much if I wore hatch. And I started, the moment I got out of the shower, I put the shirt on, started to get this little sweat spot. And I thought, oh, maybe it's just because my armpit hair's a bit wet. And it just spread and spread and spread. And it was the size of a fucking, nearly a footy.
Yeah.
Like a footy.
Yeah.
Like the whole, it was nearly elbow to nipple. It was unbelievable.
It sort of grows, doesn't it, the sweat patch? And then the more you think about it, it just keeps growing and growing. It's like when you've got a boner and you're reading something out in high school. Yeah. You're trying to not think about your boner. And then it's just growing and growing and growing. And, you know, all the boys are looking at you going, what a
very
small
similar
little
to that.
pin dick.
So I've started, and I had to get up in about 10 minutes to in front of about 120 people and welcome everyone and interview the chef and the bar manager. So I'm starting to shit myself. So I ran back to my hotel room and got, your brother saved the day. I got a heap of dunny paper, put a T-shirt on underneath to try and absorb the sweat and to hold the dunny paper. I got dunny paper and just jammed it in my pits, and I just walked around for the next 4 hours with my arms down like a little. Well,
it was lucky. Lucky we weren't in the midst of COVID. There, you might have struggled to get the dunny paper.
Oh, I know, but
that did the job.
Look, it did the job. It sort of, and then it dried up, and I sort of had to go for a bit of a walk to dry it up, and so got back to this is just yesterday. I went to the chemist. I thought, fuck, this isn't going to happen again. Went to buy some Dry Claw. Dry Claw has been banned since 2018.
Well, judging by the way you reviewed it and the way my brother Heatho reviewed it, I think there's a lot of people who maybe didn't make it past the old Dry Claw days. They might have... it's horrific stuff, and it's obviously, I hope it hasn't done myself or your brother or anyone else out there any long-term damage, because it was obviously taken off the market. Because you're sweating again.
No, I'm back sweating. So anyway, so I'm driving, so I thought, fuck it, I can't spend the night here and have 8.5 hours, so I thought I'm going to drive to Geelong. So I think
what time did you leave?
11 p.m.
Okay, yep.
Good. So about a 3-hour drive. Should have been a 2.5-hour drive. My sat-nav's just lost its fucking marbles. It's like there's a sat-nav Bermuda Triangle down there. It's fucking telling me to go down side streets.
I've done that before. I've gone to Portland about 5 times, and I reckon I've been lost almost every single time. I still can't fucking work it out.
It should be pretty straightforward, but there's something down there that sort of fucks with the
sat-nav.
The sat-nav. Anyway, it's late. I'm bloody chewing Minties. I've got a theory that no one's ever fallen asleep chewing Minties.
Well, you don't see it on the news much.
No.
What was this guy doing? He said, I just fell asleep at the wheel with a Mintie in his mouth.
Yeah, you never
hear about that. I think Minties, it's moments like
I eat a lot of Minties.
You need Minties.
Spent the night. Got back to my sister's about 3 a.m. Spent the night there on a couch. Got up at 7 a.m. Drove back to Melbourne. Spent the day with the boys. With my kids, and then about 2 o'clock drove to Lakes Entrance.
Well, the thing was, when you rang me, because I was in a bit of strife as well, because I'd been at this winery in Denver. We had Dave O'Neill, we had Katsy, who's on stage now, Sonia Diorio, and it was
Sonia there. She's great.
Yeah, Sonia was there. She was great. So me and Katsy had done the gig. And, it was a mate who I played with in Port Douglas, old Brad Lawler, the great man, and his family have got a great space there at the Burrow or Wombat Forest. What time are we out there?
No, we're good. I'm just looking at my watch. Say, Katsy's been on stage for 21 minutes.
All right.
We'll open the door at 25, and then I've probably, the moment I hear him
just
wrap up, I just got to bolt.
Run out. So I... gig was going well. There's always that first gig. You're a bit stressed about how it's going. Yep. They were stressed. It's their first comedy night at the winery, but it's all going well. So, and then had a couple of beers during, and then after we packed down, still having a couple of beers. And my mate, he's behind the bar. And we haven't seen each other for a fair while, so he keeps pouring a few beers. And for the sake of the podcast, I'd probably had maybe 1 or 2, maybe too many.
Yeah, okay.
So it gets to about 12:30, and we thought, all right, we've got to get back to Melbourne here. And it is they're still pissing on in the bar. Me mate Brad, his parents, and all right, we're off. See you later. And walk out into the fresh air. Turn the car on, and I go to turn the lights on, and fucking nothing.
Nothing.
I'm like, oh,
so no lights at all.
No, like little Parkers. Like I reckon if I
those little dimmy,
I would have been best off sticking my phone
or a lighter
to the headlight or a lighter.
Yeah, or a lighter. That would have blown out.
So we're in the middle of Denver, nowhere, and I'm thinking, I've got no fucking lights here. What the hell am I going to do? And it's amazing when you think, maybe I'm a little bit over here. I'm a little bit over. But then when your headlights don't work, you think, fuck, I'm a lot over. I'm struggling here. I'm struggling. So I think, what the fuck are we going to do?
And you don't want to attract attention yourself, but
you don't really,
driving without headlights.
And driving down a road with no headlights is not a good look. But also driving, I just gone high beams, bang, cranked them up. Cranked them up. And in the meantime, I was chatting to you.
I had a good idea.
You had a great idea.
Because that had happened to me before.
Run us through what your idea was, because I had to get to Kyneton, which was about 20 minutes away. I thought, what am I going to do? I don't know how these globes are going to work. I need a new globe. I don't know what's happening. It's all the electrics of the car. I don't know what's going on. And you had a great idea.
Yeah, and this is where I'm not smart, but I'm street smart. And I have these ideas. Smart. And the same thing happened to me one day. Coming home for a gig in the country, about a 3-hour drive, the high beams were stuck on, and I had some duct tape in the bag for taping down the
electrical leads
for the speakers and so forth. So I've put a heap of duct tape over the top of the light, both lights out the front, so that it would beam it down, and it wasn't too bad. I mean, it probably wasn't perfect, but it got away with it rather than beaming and running every bastard off the road.
Well, that's right. So I got to Kyneton and I thought, this is what we're going to have to do. And then me and Katsy are in the car. There's 3 blokes there who go, all right, boys, what's going on? I said, me fucking lights are fucked. I don't know what I'm going to do. I got to buy some tape. So I bought some tape and they said, nah, you got to do this. They're pulling fuses out of the car shit like this. I'm like, they're probably hammered themselves. I go, what's going on, boys? Are you going to fix it? They go, nah, it's not the fuse. It's not this. And I ended up, because I've had dramas with the lights before, so I ended up fiddling around. I managed to get one side going, and the other side was just sort of that dull sort of light. I thought you can probably get away with that.
So was the one that was working a high beam? or is it a?
No, that was regular.
Oh,
that
good.
was regular. So I didn't have to get the high beamers going, but I did buy the tape though. But so that.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. No, I'm just going to open the door in case.
He's going good.
Right.
He's angry.
He's killing.
He's angry.
Got sticky
he's
feet.
Fucking
He's
killing
got sticky feet.
So end up getting home, but they're still causing me grief. The fucking lights.
Yeah. No, it's just
it's cool story.
It's a great story. It's a great story. So I ended up. I made it to Lakes Entrance, did the gig, drove all the way back to Traralgon, slept the night in Traralgon.
Oh, and then stay in Traralgon.
Oh, it was the last joint was absolute shit.
I'm tipping that, but still, was there something? There's a bit of nostalgia with those old, motels and stuff like that.
Yeah, something
reminds me of when I was a kid and we used to drive up to Narooma and you get in there. There's a little soap on the pillow.
Oh, it's nice.
There's a little bit of paper saying we've cleaned the toilet over the toilet.
Looks like
and sometimes you do wonder, have you really fucking cleaned the toilet?
A little sash over the toilet like it's won a beauty comp or something.
Yeah.
It looks good.
It looks great.
No, I don't mind. All I ask for is a bed and telly at the end of the bed, a heater,
and a clock alarm,
and a
a Bible,
and a holy Bible. Yeah,
the
something
Bible,
to read.
just so you can get close to God.
And so that was in all in the weekend in about a 12-hour block, or maybe a 16 to 18-hour block. I travelled 1,400 kilometres. Yeah,
that's
1,400 kilometres.
That'll work.
Which is it's a big drive, and it was a mistake, and I got to be a bit more careful because it was actually probably a little bit dangerous. But then at that stage of night, we've discussed this before. There's nothing decent to eat, so you end up eating fucking Maccas
eating shit.
Just shit. But
we had Maccas on the way home from Denver, and as soon as we had it, it was so good. But
not a big fan. Not a big fan. But another story from last Sunday.
Love it.
Took the family, and we're going to have to cut this short any second, but I'll run out and we'll come back in.
You will.
We're trying to have a Sunday family fun day, we're calling it.
Well, this started early. I reckon you might have gone, you might have picked, daisies or something one weekend.
Yeah, no, we went apple picking, and we're going to try and do it.
Maybe not
work
the
our butt off all
supermarket.
week.
It was pretty fucking boring.
We're all busy. Yeah. It's bloody 2021. You don't see your family as much as you should.
No.
But we're Sunday family fun day. We're going to do stuff together. So we decided to go fishing at a fish farm.
Well, that helps.
That'd be great. It's great fun.
You can't go to a fucking cattle farm.
And I won't name the fish farm because they're probably going to sue the shit out of me once I tell this story. But so we've gone for a big drive, about an hour away. Arrived at this fish farm. The boys are pumped. Trout, salmon.
Oh, Jesus!
Yeah, it's great.
Salmon's not cheap.
So we've rocked up at this fish farm, and
do you have to BYO rod or
no? So it was $5 to get in.
Okay.
And under 5 is free. So I've got my wife, both my wife's parents were there, so they were $10. My wife and I, $20 all up. So about $25. The two younger free were like, we're having a Sunday fun day.
Like salmon's like $25 a kilo.
Yeah, we're having a Sunday
you've made
fun
money
day.
before you even.
So we're like, this $25. This is a cheap day out, and we've walked in. They've given us the rods. They've given us the bait, which was just sort of this
what were they using? What were they?
It was like this clammy. It looked like a ball of
crab meat
hash.
Okay.
I don't think it was hash, but it just looked like a ball of hash.
Yep.
But it was sort of this fishy, sort of stinky ball that you'd take a little marble size off and put it on your hook. Anyway, these farms, you can't not catch anything. So they've got these little sort of dams everywhere. And there was a big sign as we've walked in. So I've paid out $25. We're stoked. Big sign saying, if you catch something, you got to keep it. You can't throw it back. And we're like,
no catch and release here.
Yeah,
no kissing it. No Rex hunt. No Rex hunt. Yibbity-yibbita.
That's
all,
that's
folks.
the term. No catch and release. We're
that?
fine.
What was that?
Well, I'm about to explain.
All right,
so no catch and release. And then they've said, and we've gone past a bit of a price list going. It was $24. I think it was $23 a kilo.
You got to buy your
and
fish.
We thought, okay. We'll go chuck the rod in. So 3-year-old son Harry, he's got his little rod. He's chucked his rod in.
He's caught the fucking 4 kilo monster.
The rod's been in. Oh, is he ending? No, he's not finishing. So the rod's been in the water for seriously 5 seconds. And he's only 3, and all of a sudden his rod started to pull, and we've gone, oh, Jesus. So so I've run over, he's going, Daddy, Daddy. So I've gone and helped him. We've pulled in a fucking 3.5 kilo salmon. So here we go. I've got to go. He's off. All right,
we'll talk soon. Go for it. All right, he's off. He's we might catch Catsy as he comes back in off stage. He's just finished. He's brought it home strong. Catsy, here, mate. Have a chat. We're here with Johnny Katz on the Good Banter podcast. Mate, just listening, you seem to have a fucking cracker out there, mate. How was it?
Yeah, they're great. They're red hot. I just literally got off stage, so I've got a lot of adrenaline surging through me, man.
It's good, isn't it?
Oh, mate, great crowd. It's good to, post-COVID, have full crowds again, man.
Yeah, great. Because there's probably about, 250 or something out there? Something like that?
250, but it just feels full. You know that feeling?
Yeah.
3/4 is good enough.
They were buzzing.
They're
So
great.
we've just been talking a bit of shit. Obviously, and Johnny Katz, you lived in the UK for 8 years.
Yep.
Gigging, and where were some of the? We talk about, me and Tommy have saying I was in Denver last week. Tommy was in Portland, and then went to Lakes Entrance. Like, where'd you go on your weekends for gigs?
We would start off based in London, and we will go as high as Scotland.
Yep.
Which was a 9-hour drive.
Yeah.
But it's a different 9-hour drive. It's a doable 9-hour drive. It's a
Yeah.
highway without any ruse, smashing up your car trying to kill themselves. The worst you're going to get is a beaver, so you'll just run him over and you won't even know.
Fucking what do beavers do? I thought, don't beavers live in the river or something? Are they otters or what are they?
I don't know. I never saw one, but the UK, the Poms were saying, you got to watch out for the beavers. Don't swerve for the beavers. And I go, mate,
Leave it to beaver.
What's a beaver? And he goes, oh, it's like a little cat or dog. I'm like, mate, we've got 6-foot roos that are trying to kill themselves on highways back home.
Yep.
So this was a walk in the park. So that's as high as we'd go. Scotland, we'd do a gig and then drive back.
But then you go to Europe and shit, wouldn't you?
Yes. Oh, if
You go to Egypt. You go to Egypt.
Yeah, we go Egypt, Iceland. Yeah, so wherever. And I was surprised because I was like, my agent said, we're booking you for Romania and Estonia. And I'm like, what am I going to do there? And they're like, don't worry, you'll know when you get there. I got there and they're Irish pubs full of expats.
Yeah, great.
So you're gigging to South Africans, New Zealanders, Americans that all work for corporate companies based in Eastern Europe. And they're very friendly, they're just great crowds, man.
Yeah.
I went to one gig in Austria where the guy decked out the pub in Australia, like culture.
Flags or like
kangaroo signs,
flip-flops.
He actually had VB beer that he imported.
Great.
He played footy, sensational 70s on TV.
Yeah, great.
So, you know.
Biff brawlers and bumps or whatever.
Yeah, all that. Like
that kind of
the
shit.
good hits, you know.
And we'll run us through. You're just new to Instagram, Catsy. You've got, 22 followers?
I have got 22
really
followers. Yeah, 22, man. It's coming up.
Yeah, we'll get on Catsy. He's got 2 photos on there. He's fucking flying in the social media stakes.
Can I just say one of the photos
Yeah.
is Tommy Siegert backstage preparing to go on stage.
I thought that was you.
Nah, I passed it off as me.
I just saw 2 bald cunts and thought, that was
Tommy's playing me in the
nice.
photo, so I'm not even in it. But
That's
it was
good.
a nice shot of Tommy getting ready to go on stage with the lights to the left and the back black stage.
You talk about
to the
photo.
left.
Can you run us through your Tinder profile? Is there any truth to the rumor that you might have? You've been surfing at Urban Surf. Is there any truth to the rumor that you put a photo of Kelly Slater in a barrel on your Tinder profile?
It is true because you fucking laughed for 5 minutes when I showed you the photo. It's Kelly Slater, a blurred Kelly Slater, not high-res Kelly Slater, because I look like Kelly Slater in a car wreck, right? After the jaws cut him open. So it's a blurred Kelly Slater in a barrel. And as Hocko knows, I'm new to surfing and I've just learnt to stand up at the surf park and I pay $80 a session. I've been going for a year and a half and I said to Hocko, I've spent more money than fucking the late Christopher Reeve trying to stand up. So but finally I'm making progress. So I'm bridging the gap to the lie. So eventually when I meet a girl, I can surf and I can fucking pull it off.
There you go. I mean, you maybe... Well, you are... you started in beginner. You started in beginner just riding the whitewash, but now you're up there. You're up there in the cruiser level.
Yeah, man.
And you've stepped down from a 12-foot board to an 11-foot, are you, at the moment?
I've gone from a queen-size mattress down to, 8'6".
To a king single.
King single,
yeah. Nice.
So basically from a foamy 8'6" down to a real board, 8'6". So that's the transition now for me, like a 8'6" real board as opposed to a foamy, which is a lot more.
What are the pros on?
Tommy just said, what are the pros
on the waves? But probably on the waves we're on, they'd probably just look at it and go, I'm not fucking going out in that shit.
The pros would be a 6-foot board, and the waves would be hollow and like high, about 2 meters. The waves we surf on cruiser level, which is a beginner, is about...
That's like if a fat bloke just
half
jumped
a meter
in a pool.
Yeah,
and did a bomb.
Yeah,
like
but they're good.
They're
good waves. They're
good. No,
they're good waves. Like
going all right.
You can get up and go across a wave, and I watch people's faces, and something happens when you start to.
It's a good feeling.
Once you start surfing and you're actually up on the board, and when you start cutting across. So the first part of surfing is getting up on the board. Once you accomplish that, the board has to be in a particular position for gravity to push you along the wave.
This is what his surf instructor told him, and what he's googled. He's googled. Yeah.
And basically, yeah. So I'm back in the whitewash. Fucking whitewash.
No, you're going good, mate. On the backhand as well. You're a natural, and you're on the left hand. It's going backhand.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. It's a great. You see people smiling and loving it when they catch a wave.
Just like your stand up tonight, Catsy.
That was fun.
It's like footy. Like if it doesn't matter if you're playing Divi 3 reserves. If you have a good win, it doesn't matter what the level is.
No.
It's the same with.
That's right. Yep. Definitely. So, mate, thanks for coming on, big fella. I'll finish this and we'll have a beer, eh?
Good banter.
That's exactly right, mate. So follow Johnny Katz Comedian on Instagram. Let's see by the end of this we can get him up to maybe 30 followers.
Except we'll probably edit that bit out. So that's no, just kidding, Katz.
No, see you, Katsy. See you, mate. He does look like you from behind.
Yeah, he's got the same sort of look and a bit like Kelly Slater. So
Slatsy, get him on Tinder.
Slats.
Bloke who's Kelly Slater in a barrel, get on it.
So
what were we talking about there? I sort of just kept this rolling. I
was talking about the fish farm.
The fish farm. Yes, you pulled out a 3.5
So little Harry,
kilo.
has pulled out a 3.5 kilo
salmon dance.
Salmon. So I've just in my head, I thought, we're fucking.
How much is this going to fucking cost
up
me?
To $70. So I've thought, fuck. So we've pulled him and then we've waved over, and I've picked this thing up and it's going crazy. It's it's dying in my arms, and so I've thought, fuck, what are we doing? And then
mouth
this little
to
kid. So there's this little kids patrolling around in uniform. They'd only be 15, and he runs over and just grabs it. Doesn't even talk to us. And just holds his fish and just starts
banging it on the head,
fucking bashing it to death with this little timber batten. And
that's not how they do it on the.
I thought they
on the boats.
I thought they.
They stab it through the head, I think. So it sort of gives it a
thing. And I
don't know if he's qualified.
So my 3 kids and the wife and the in-laws, everyone's just looking, going, Jesus.
I could have done that.
The kids are going, oh, this is no good. And it's bloody bleeding out its mouth. So he's chucked that in the bucket, and all of a sudden I'm like, that's a $70 salmon. And then all of a sudden, hey, and Flinny has started. He's caught one. I'm like, fuck me. So he's hooked one. So he's brought one on, and then Noah's gone, hey. So we're oh, hang on, you're off. Okay, you're not hanging around for.
You're off. All right.
Get out there, though. Bloody loved you out there.
Okay. Did you pump your Instagram tonight?
Stop the show, and I went, I need followers. I've only got 20. My mates are teasing me. Don't be a cunt. Just add me, will ya? I've got 20.
Just get home and sit up in bed and watch the rise.
Did you take any photos tonight, Katsy?
Yeah, I got a few of Tommy from behind.
Nice.
So
Nice.
See you, mate.
So, anyway, so shit's going down. Fish are coming up. So we've been there I reckon we've been there for well under 5 minutes, maybe 3-4 minutes. And I reckon I'm
$450 worth of fish.
$200 down. So, and then obviously, so then little Harry's gone. I got another one, and just shit's going on everywhere. So eventually we had to take the bloody Harry. He's obviously only 3, so we took his hook off, and he was fishing for a couple of hours without a hook, wondering why he's having a bad
He's
run.
going, "This is the worst day." Yeah.
So I started off all right, but fuck, I've hit a wall. And so and then as you're walking out, and I'm like, what am I going to do with bloody eight fish? I don't know.
You can't gut or fillet it.
And then they've got this little tent, $6 a fish.
What's it cost to bloody $6?
$6
to gut it,
yeah,
fillet
to
it.
gut it, they sell your bag of ice for $5. So I walked out of there. We walked out of there. We'd only been there for an hour and a half. $450 worth of fucking salmon that we don't have. We're probably.
Where is it in the freezer?
Oh, it's in the fridge at home. But like it's. Oh, it was a good day, and the boys loved
it. It's a good day.
They're a little bit traumatised by watching the fish get bashed to death.
It's not great. They should just maybe take it away and go, we're taking the fish to the farm like they do with a dog or whatever. But he's just pounded the shit out of it.
Right in front of the kids. We did end up going to a smaller lake, which they were advertising. It was smaller fish, so they were from 1 to 2 kilo. But still, you look at $40 a catch.
You stepped straight in the deep end there, literally.
You could not physically not catch a fish. Like they were, it is a money-making machine.
Well, there you go.
Joint. But it was a good day, and we got fish, and the kids had a good experience. But
family fun day.
It was a family bloody expensive day. We had to refinance the house and
sell Harry.
We got fish, and and that was expensive little journey out to the fish farm. So
well, there you go, mate. But that's a fun family day. It's probably not as expensive as apple picking. Oh, it's more expensive than apple picking, actually.
It's a lot more expensive than
the apples cost.
Well, the apples were still bloody. It was well above supermarket rate, but you're not talking salmon. We didn't pay $4.50 for a bag of apples.
Jesus Christ!
It was a lot of cash, but
best off.
You live and you learn, and I recommend anyone does it. Beautiful part of the world up there, but I won't say what part of the world.
Don't say where it is.
No, because it is a gold mine, that joint.
Oh well, there we go.
I reckon. Well,
Great.
that's.
I think we made it through that, Tommy. That was that was a real roller coaster. That one. You're up and about. You're out there. Catsy came in.
Ducking out, Catsy. We had stories. We had in the green room.
Toilet in the bloody undies in the toilet. We had you driving all over Victoria.
I apologise if we're a bit all over the shop, but we're bloody getting busy at the moment, so we've got to try and record these bloody things.
Record them when stuff's happening.
And when we can, and we don't get to catch up as often. We're not smart enough to do the Zoom thing. So
no.
So apologies, but look, hopefully you got something out of that episode. Anything you want to say to finish?
Yeah, no, just keep listening. Get on the socials, the Instagram, the Twitter. We're not on Facebook, but get on the YouTube. The YouTube's really I don't know if that's really happening on the YouTube,
struggling.
But that's all right.
But we're getting a lot of listeners. We are getting quite a few.
We are getting a few listeners. Tell your mates. If you're just getting on board now, go back to the first episode and listen all the way through. And give it a rating, give it a review. That really just pumps us up in the algorithm. And apart from that, I reckon just have a great week. And we'll see you next week on the Good Banter. Have you got any gigs coming up, Tommy? What do you got?
I'm off to Adelaide.
Yes,
next
you're
week.
off to Snowtown.
Off to Snowtown, off to another gig on Friday, which I can't think of the fucking name of it. But
that's all right. That doesn't surprise me.
But I'll pump that up next week.
That's all good.
I'm looking forward to getting over to Adelaide. Apparently, it's like COVID didn't exist over there, so it's just a free for all. So looking forward to getting over there.
There you go.
No masks, no nothing. You can do whatever you want.
Fuck that. You can no condoms.
But we'll
do whatever
report
you
on
want.
that next week. We'll report on how I go playing in the twos against Albion tomorrow.
Good luck.
Good times. Good banter.
And I will, where am I? Thursday, sold out at Hardeman's. I mean, I didn't sell it out. Dave O'Neill sold it out. So I'm up in Finley Friday night with the Nelson Twins, Katie Birch and Johnny Katz, who you heard from. And Saturday down at Two Bays Brewery.
Can I tell you a quick Katie Birch story?
Yeah, hang on. Two Bays Brewery in Dramana with Katzy, Sonia Diorio, Matt Stewart, and who else? Ash Feezer, mate. Ash Feezer,
mate.
So yeah, tell us a quick story. Katie's funny
Very quick
woman.
story about Katie Birch.
Go.
Quite a few years ago, I did a gig with Katie and
Chris.
How long
Wayne
has
House.
this gone for? Is this gone for 2
Oh,
hours?
mate, this is going for 39 minutes.
It's still,
That's all right. We're still going all right.
Did a gig at Traralgon with Katie and her partner Chris Waynehouse. Great comics, but possibly two of the biggest smart asses ever to grace the planet Earth. And anyway, so it was a non-suburban footballer night. It was just a normal night of comedy with random punters that had bought tickets. And there were probably 100 people in. It was a really good night. I was headlining. Chris was emceeing. And the guy running the joint had seen the suburban footballer before. And he wanted me to do the suburban footballer. And I said, mate, I don't think it's a good idea. It works at footy clubs.
Yeah.
A lot of people here don't look like footy people. There were tables of old ladies. It was just, you could tell it wasn't a footy crowd. He's going, mate, I know Traralgon. I grew up in this town. Everyone's got footy in them. Their footy runs through the veins of this town. They're going to love it. So I said no. He said yes, and he was just fucking on to me. And eventually I said, okay, I'll do the suburban football. He goes, great, they're going to love it. So Wayne House has got up.
So you had your gear.
I had my gear in the
luckily.
I had my gear in the car. So I went out, kitted up. Because I put it in because he had asked for it all week, and I said I thought I'd be able to talk him out of it, but I fucking couldn't. He was just adamant that I was going to do the suburban footballer. So I had a 30-minute headline set, come on stage. It was clear 30 seconds in that not only were they not that into me, they fucking hated me. And it was like, and I'm there. And once you've committed to the suburban footballer, there's no out. I've got the helmet on, the mouth guard in, I've got Eye of the Tiger pumping, I'm fucking getting into the front row. Getting just donuts. And people look at me just going... The only laughter I was getting was from Wayne House and Katie, who were just in hysterics. And I'd every now and again make eye contact with the organiser. He was starting to realise he'd made the wrong decision. And he was like, fuck, this is no good. But there's no out. So anyway, absolutely ate a bag of dicks, as they say in the business. Got nothing.
But what were you thinking that maybe at a point... where do I just go, all right, guys... The show's over.
I sort of did bit, and I tried to do some jokes, but it was too late. And Wayne House, mate, one of the biggest fucking smart asses you will ever meet, he got up and apologised for me, and he said, I'm so sorry about that. Just being a fucking arsehole. And anyway, so that was a couple of years back. I'm in the comedy festival this year. So,
you are?
So I've put on Facebook... on my suburban footballer... Oh, no, just on my normal page. I'm doing a show at this year's festival. Rah, rah, rah. It's not my suburban footballer show.
No.
But it's my best jokes from my last 18 years of comedy. Katie's popped in.
The show goes for 10
in
minutes.
One of the comments. No, it goes for 50 minutes.
I'm joking.
And Katie's popped in and said, make sure you go see this show. I saw the suburban footballer once. He tore the roof off. Which obviously just being a little fucking smart ass. And I wrote back, I tagged her in, hi Katie, go fuck yourself. And that was it. And that was it. And so that's it. We had a bit of a laugh. Anyway, she's rung me up a couple of days later, really apologetic. She goes, I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have written that.
Because it's funny, because you know her, but you're not like real tight. Like if you and me had done that, we go, taking the piss.
Katie, it's fine. Like, who gives a shit? It was a funny joke. I knew you were taking the piss. It's funny. And she goes, what I was doing? We had a good chat. And then I thought, it was almost nice that she felt a bit bad about it. And but then... So I've noticed a bit of action on my Facebook page, and fucking Katie Birch has gone back into the comments, and where she first wrote, I saw the suburban footballer once, he tore the roof off, she's deleted that or changed that comment to, g'day Tom, make sure everyone goes to see this show, he's a great family man, I really like him, I wish him all the best for life and for his festival and everything he does, all the best Tom.
You did mention something about your family as well.
He's got a great family man, and it could not have been a nicer thing to write, just a lovely thing to write. But my comment remained below it that just said, hi Katie, go fuck yourself. And everyone's seen this beautiful comment from this girl, and a lot of my friends wouldn't know Katie, so they just think she's a female friend or just some random female.
And Tom's just lost the plot.
Hi Katie, go fuck yourself. So So
That's
that's
good
my
prank.
Katie
That's
Birch
good prank.
story. So good on you,
That's
Katie.
good prank.
You win this round, sneaky lady. But
Well
that's
done.
it for the episode, I think. The guys are starting to clean up.
Yeah, we're getting kicked out.
We're getting kicked out of the green room.
Thank you very much.
Good
Banter.
banter.
Oh, good banter. That's a good banter.